Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to a brand new video. Make sure you do like the video, comment down below your thoughts on the transfer window at the moment and thoughts on deadline day mostly. Do you think we get a player in? How many do you think we get in? Because personally for me, I think we get one max, and right now my confidence has that we're actually going to get someone in. We got about what? At the time of recording this, I mean, it'll be up straight away, but 5 hours almost. We're about to enter the final 5 hours of the transfer window. And the news that we heard at the moment is Harry Wilson, which I don't know how true that actually is. And an update that with Aston Villa, they're doing business, trying to get Harvey Elliott and James Sancho, but that's not for us. But Villa have turned down a loan offer from Leeds United for Emi Buendia and decided that he will stay. So Buendia is going to be staying at Aston Villa. They want him to stay, and they turned down our offer of a loan deal, probably a loan to a permanent buy. And yeah, my confidence is absolutely shot right now that we'll get anyone in. I hope I'm wrong and we actually get two in, but now I can't see it. I think we are at the end of the window, hopefully going to get one of the right winger who can also play 10 or a striker. Now the striker for me right now feels like that's not going to happen. We're not going to get another number 9, and we're going to be stuck with the 3 that we have. I like Mecha, and the thing, I understand DCL used to be good. He can get back to that level. That's what people keep saying. I think that's kind of copium from people saying he can get back to that level. I mean, how long did people say that about Bamford? Even though I love Bamford and one of my favorite players, it was the same thing of, oh, but if he stays fit and has consistent game time, he'll get back to that level because he's a good player. And that it's a similar thing that we're getting with DCL. And then I see people after games comment stuff like, but his movement's good, and I'm like, well, we had that with Bamford, and of course, I don't know how much he's actually on, but apparently he's on more than what Bamford was on. So we're paying more money for someone who does the exact same thing, which in my opinion is not good enough when you pay more money for someone who does the exact same thing. And then you look at the other thing that I've heard is about, of course, you got the right winger. You look at the right winger position, right? And currently what we got on the right wing, I understand we got Dan James, who I still like and I still think can be a Premier League player. Maybe not a starter in the Premier League, but a good bench option, an impact player off the bench, someone who can affect games. We need someone on the right, definitely, who can not even just start ahead of him, just give him competition. And at the moment, I'm not confident that we're going to get anyone in. I'm hoping I'm wrong, and at the end of the window, we sign a striker and a right winger, and we're like, oh my god, we got both of them in. And like, because with the striker, back on that, that's what I was going to say. I like Mecha. I think Mecha's a very good player. But, like, I'm just so worried that we're not going to be able to get what we need. And Fark needs help in attack. He needs creativity, because creativity is the massive thing that we lack right now. And just my confidence absolutely shot just based off of what I've seen this morning after waking up about the Buendia stuff and us not actually going to get him. Even though, in my opinion, that would have been underwhelming as a signing. Like, Buendia, for me, would have been underwhelming as a signing, getting him in. But there's still that thing of, like, at least it's someone, you know, it's one of those where if we do sign Solomon at the end of the window, at least it's someone, and maybe, you know, you maybe think, okay, maybe Nonto is the competition for Dan James on the right, and then we have Harrison and Solomon on the left as your, you know, as your two wingers, maybe. But it's still, you know, it's one of those things where, like, you go, but not because of the player, because I really like Solomon, but it's one of those of, like, if you did that as, like, the first signing early in the window, perfect, because I think everyone will be like, yeah, you know, just got promoted, we bring him back straight away, and one of those things. The only news we've heard about exits is Darko JB. He's going to Hull with a permanent deal, and yeah, he's going to basically be going to Hull. Remember, if you could build a midfielder if you build a midfielder in a lab, it'll be Darko JB. Man City had our pants pulled down with that signing. God, 5 million. If there was a midfielder built in a lab, I don't know what lab that was, a failed lab. A lab that probably broke down, a lab that probably doesn't exist anymore, but it's just so annoying because we've waited so long, and I feel like because we've waited so long and now it's deadline day, I understand loans and, like, big deals can come at the end, so I'm still hoping, but my confidence is kind of being shot right now, and I think everyone has a similar feeling. When I've looked on social media, I've looked on Twitter, I feel like everyone's the exact same of, like, everyone that was confident, everyone that had some positivity, you know, not the ones that are always negative, but the ones that actually still had a bit of, like, yeah, we'll get it done, we'll get some signings in, we'll get it done, you know, I trust the club, I trust the 49ers, and then it just, I feel like then everyone that's, like, being confident throughout the entire window that we'll get what we need are now starting to go, we're not going to get what we need, are we? And I feel like, as I said, maximum is going to be 1 at the end of the window. 2 would be amazing, but I think we only get one. And as it's going and what I've heard, I don't think it's going to be the striker, and I do think it's going to be the right winger /10, the right winger that can play the number 10 role. I wonder who that's going to be. I don't know, because Buendia for me was like the last option, in my opinion. I mean, Harry Wilson as well. Those two seem like the ones that we've tried to go for. I don't know. As I said, I don't know how much truth there is to Harry Wilson, but they're kind of the two that at the moment I think we're trying to sign on deadline day, and both of them have failed. With Emi Buendia has failed, and Harry Wilson, I'm not quite sure how positive that is and how right that is. But yeah, it's so annoying because, you know, we did so well in the defensive department. We did so well in the defensive department with the defense that we bought. We did so well in the midfield with the midfielders we bought and the midfielders that we've got in the squad and the squad that we have. People don't like Gruev, but Gruev's a very good player as a backup. You know, you don't expect to have amazing backup players. Gruev's a great player to have as a backup as a newly promoted club. You know, and then you got Tanaka, you got Stack, you got Longstaff, you got Ampadu, we got good midfield, you know, we got a good defense as well, you know, you got Bogle, you got Goodmanson, you got Rodon, you got Stroud, you got Biol, you know, we got I know some people for some reason don't like him, but we got Byram, and I like Byram. Like, we've got good signings. We got Bornau as well as another centre back. Like, we did so well in that department, but when we got into the forward lines, it just seems like we're not. I don't know. It just feels like we're lacking that creativity, and that's really gonna hurt us this season if we don't get that in. You know, it's really gonna hurt us over the course of the season. I understand first 3 games. Look, first 3 games, 4 points. Probably couldn't have asked for any more. But the problem with that is, you look at the last time we were in the Premier League under Marsh. Remember when we got relegated, we had 7 points at this stage. So it's not, even though it's a good start, it doesn't mean it's guaranteed survival, because we had 7 points after the first 3 games under Jesse Marsh, and we thought we were on our way to Europe, and then we went down to the Championship. But yeah, my confidence is shot, as I've been saying, and it just doesn't feel like anything's gonna happen. It just feels like one of those things where it's gonna be a panic buy at the end of the window. It's gonna be a panic buy in the final couple of hours. But as I speak, we are just basically, you know, we're entering the end of the window almost. Of course it is the final day. As I'm speaking right now, the window does close at 7 p.m. So yeah. We got 5 hours, basically, like 5 hours and 13 minutes as I speak right now, and we're entering that final 5 hours of, you better get something done in the attack, because it's something that we do need. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. How's your confidence right now? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.